guys, welcome back in. Today, we're gonna do a whole video surrounding the statement, remember what you lost. And I feel like this specific topic isn't talked about enough in our society. We have such a rich culture filled with history and lessons from history. All history is trying to remember what was lost. But we still lose things every day. And that's partially the reason I even make videos to begin with. That's part of the reason most people who make videos do, you know? It's always been to create something that will outlast ourselves. And in a way, that's kind of, you know, a little philosophical right there. But let's just think about it for a second, because every experience that every person has in this world is valuable in one way or another. Every failure, every relationship, every experience, every success, every thought, every feeling, every action has some sort of significance, whether it be extremely minor or world changing. I feel like we forget that these things are what make up our society. Our society isn't just the 100 or however many politicians running the world. It's the people. All those tiny little decisions being made that just make everything so unique, everything so different, everything so human. But we forget. Every day I see it, and everybody else probably sees it too, that there are just things that go away. Whether we like to think about it or not, it happens constantly. Things are forgotten. People don't pay attention. Whatever the reason may be, things and ideas are constantly dying. Now, this isn't just to be pessimistic. I want you, right here, right now, to just take a second and remember that one thing you forgot. You know, maybe it's that one super embarrassing memory that wasn't so embarrassing now that you look back down on it. You know, maybe it was that one conversation that you had with one person at one time that really impacted you in a meaningful way. It could be anything, but every time you do something, it is valuable, it is meaningful. It's might be helpful, might be harmful, might be a whole lot of things. But what it never is pointless, meaningless, worthless. Those whole concepts just don't really exist outside of our minds. All actions and reactions have purpose. Every sentence spoken, every lunatic mumbling under their breath, every single thing contributes to how everything works. And we are constantly losing. Every time somebody forgets what they did yesterday, every time somebody doesn't remember their birthday or whatever the situation may be, we lose a little bit. I've always loved the saying that people die twice. First, when their life ends, and second, when people stop talking about them. It's always hit home. as a writer, as a YouTuber, I've sort of always in my life chased that prolonged existence. Not exactly a life after death, but a meaning after death. A purpose. So that all my life has been is just trying to be remembered. Because nobody wants that second death. Nobody wants to be the person buried with that old tombstone, sitting over that hill, covered in the vines, forgotten about. Name last uttered thousands of years ago. Nobody wants to be that person. Because whether or not they have been there for thousands of years, they still had a story. They still had a motivation, something that got them up in the morning. They still had meaningful impacts, even if those impacts were short-lived. And so, it's the saddest thing, and it's just such a main part of the human experience. It's that things keep getting forgotten constantly. And sometimes forgetting is good. Forget and move on. That's what they always say. But sometimes forgetting is losing that valuable part of a community, of a society. Sometimes forgetting simply isn't beneficial. So, I ask to you, why don't you take a moment, try to recall one of the things you've forgotten, one of the memories you've repressed, one of the experiences you've had, no matter how grand or how minor. Have these not all impacted your life? Hasn't every sort of interaction, every action, reaction, interaction, all of the actions, haven't they impacted you in some way? Everything is valuable. So, that is it for this commentary. I thank you all for watching. I do really hope you'll check out some of my other videos covering other topics. And I do intend on continuing making videos like these. So, if you do like it, this should belong to a playlist with a ton of other videos similar to this one. And you can, of course, like and subscribe. But, as I will say with all of my videos, have and will say, I should say, I thank you all for watching. I just did that completely wrong. My apologies. I'll retry. As I have done with all of my other videos, and I will do with all of my other videos, I want this to be a conversation. I don't want this to just be this 15-year-old kid rambling to you on YouTube. I want this to be something to be talked about, so I guess I'll see you in the comment section. See you next time.